Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander. I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, I have my co-host, Kelly. She's trying to call in right now. And I have my co-host, Barbara. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Okay. All right. So our guest today is Dale Sellers. Now, he's going to try to call in. Let's see if he gets in.
I feel like I have a bad connection as well, Johnny. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
okay?
let me
There's
see
some
here.
Kind of problem.
Okay. Let me see here. I'm going to try to see if I can put them both on. Okay. Are you there, Kelly?
I'm
trying to connect them. There does seem to be, let's see here. Okay.
it went away.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, Dale, are you there? Okay, let me see. We'll see if we can figure it out here. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, Dale, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you. Now let's try and get Kelly on. Are you there, Kelly?
Yeah, you finally got me after like the 7th try. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay.
I have a question. Now, is there a lot of bad energy around that's making a lot of technical stuff going on?
Starting to chop up, and I could only hear technical.
I can't hear anything that's being said on my end. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. It seems to be there's a little bit of a muffle thing.
Unfortunately, I can't hear anything that's being said on the other end.
It's very garbled.
It's coming through very broken.
What's going on here? Bad connection.
Hmm.
I have to call back, too. I can't hear you guys.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me better now, or?
Unfortunately, I can't. It's coming through very broken. I can't hear anything on my end.
Okay. My apologies. Let me see here what I can do.
I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you just then.
Hey, I can hear you guys
can you
now, finally.
Okay.
Now,
all right. Can you hear me now, everybody?
Is Barbara here?
Okay. Yeah, well, Barbara is supposed to is trying to call in, so let's get her on. Now I can hear
okay.
Kelly. I can hear. Okay. All right, Barbara, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Hello.
Can we hear everybody?
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Okay.
How are you, Barbara?
Now.
I'm
all right.
great.
Okay. Okay. This is my co-host, Kelly. This is Dale Sellers. Okay. And
Hi.
now, it says here that
Hi.
okay. I think we're okay now. Sorry for everybody. But, it's not against anything I can control. I have a question. Now, you know how they say, like, there's periods where things can... This might go into what your question was, Kelly, because you were asking about everybody being tired and everything. Could that be what's causing all the technical problems?
Everybody being tired?
Well,
or Mercury
Kelly
retrograde coming, or... Yeah, I don't know if it's like one of these, cyclical things, because everybody that I'm talking to is like super tired, including myself. And then I know next month is Mercury retrograde, where we tend to have technical issues and communication misunderstandings. And I was wondering, are we in some sort of a weird cycle right now where people are diving deep into emotions and working through things and getting really exhausted? That seems to be what's going on with people that I know.
I think so. Most definitely. From my standpoint, I myself have experienced a lot of fatigue in the past few days. So I'm not really one to believe that to just say, oh, I'm at the mercy of Mercury retrograde or whatever. But it does affect a lot of people, and that could be the issue for technical problems and stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are doing a lot of inner work, including myself, and I thought, oh, I'm doing great, I'm doing fine with it, and then all of a sudden it hit me and it hit another friend I was talking to, where it's like these deep down, almost resolved, but not quite issues that, you know, were kind of traumatic or whatever throughout the years. They're surfacing, and is that kind of like a common theme right now? Because I thought we were done with that.
I think it is. With myself, there's some deep issues that are cropping up in the area of physical health. And I've had to reach out to another practitioner because we're all there to help and support one another in order to get to the bottom of it this time. I see it as an opportunity. When something like this comes up and people are struggling, meditating or engaging in their spiritual practice and feeling fatigue, it's best to dive down and see what the source is and use it as an opportunity for further healing.
That's a positive way to look at it.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Now, you guys said that I could go first, so and I sort of already did, but I was asking kind of general things that I've noticed, but this one is kind of like, is it fair to say that I'm noticing, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, I know what you're saying about, like, the physical issues, and right now I've had some that, you know, it feels like I take one step forward and two steps back, and now I'm being reevaluated by an outside doctor appointed by the insurance, and it kind of scares me because whatever he says is final, and he's a spine specialist, and then I'll be seeing a neurologist. And then that leaves my primary care doctor out of the loop with, and, you know, so it's really kind of like, I'm not sure whether I trust this process or not, and I just want to get better and get back to my full self, and it seems like I'm having to pick and choose the things that I get done every day because I don't have enough energy or the pain level gets too high, and it just seems like I never really get anything done. Are you seeing a positive change coming up with that? Because it's starting to kind of, I'm not trying to allow it to wear on me, but it's starting to get there.
I do see a positive outcome to it. It's also dependent on you being able to consciously shift your thoughts and look for those moments where you have a few moments to yourself and you can visualize the doctor, visualize you meeting the doctor, visualize everybody happy, visualize forms being filled out, and visualize the result that you like, and put a lot of emotion into it, positive emotion to it, right? Our thoughts and our emotions, our heart, mind, have a big impact on the external reality that gets mirrored to us. So if you combine that visualization with the process, then I believe it will work out into your favor. You have to keep in mind that when it comes to the nuts and bolts of it, they're trying to get away, the insurance company, with paying as little as possible at the end of the day, because it's a business for them. But you can mold and shape it to your benefit. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay. All right. Good. Because, I mean, I'm really hoping to get my strength and my endurance and, just the vitality and the energy back. But it's just like everything just feels like it's uphill.
Yeah.
And,
it's challenging.
It is. And then, sometimes I think, well, maybe I've got low blood sugar and I need to eat more. And then it's like, well, I don't normally have caffeine, but maybe just this little bit. And then, I'm not sleeping well at night with pain or whatever's waking me. It just feels like 50,000 things. And then, I never really feel rested usually. And then,
Wow.
So it's very difficult. And, it's like I'm glad that there's something positive to look forward to, because it's like this has been going on for so long that it's getting hard. And, I'm a person that can endure a lot. And if it's getting hard for me, then, that says something. So, and then when I eat to think that, low blood sugar or something that, it'll help me, then I put on weight because I can't be as active as I'm used to. So it's like, and I'm sure that's not helping. So it's like, come on, I can't win right now.
You just gotta, shift your mindset. Even in the thick of it, right? This is the real test that perhaps a lot of people are facing, that are right in the thick of issues, where you say to yourself, okay, can I shift my mindset? Can I shift and focus on what I would really like to focus on, even though the evidence that's being shown to me is the contrary? And it's true, we have to put our mind to what we want, right, rather than what's being presented to us. And it's not like we're ignoring what's there, like the elephant in the room, but we have to say, okay, yes, I acknowledge you, Mr. Elephant, but I'm now going to focus on the bears. Okay, right? Or I'm from Toronto, so I'll focus on the Raptors.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm from Michigan, so we're close. But, yeah, that makes sense to me. I think everything that could possibly be thrown at me is being thrown at me right now, like all the way to having migraines several times a week, where it used to be once a month I could take an Excedrin migraine and be okay. And it just, I'm playing phone tag with the neurologist and can't get in. And nobody else wants to touch this. And I've already taken a medicine that I became allergic to try to prevent them. So it's just, like this. I figure, I'm hoping that, all this stuff is being tossed at me so that something good can come out of it. Because usually, it's, you have all these roadblocks to something good.
Yeah, it's being able to shift your focus, right? To do some healing on the unconscious mind, where a lot of things arise, and then doing that, focus on where we want to take it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have to work with the medical professionals in that, but it gets to a point where we have to say, you know what, I'm listening to them, but I'm going to grab the bull by the horn, so to speak, and take total ownership over my health and just pay attention and check in with my own body. Because when people sit there in a bit of a quiet meditation and they ask questions of their body, of their aura, right, just like they would a person standing in front of you, answers begin to come. And it may not make complete sense to a medical or professional or a psychiatrist or psychologist, but the only one it has to make sense to is you.
Oh,
right? They don't
okay.
have all the answers. Okay? So it's best to see what the underlying energetic causes are, right? Because there's sometimes past lives come to bear, and they have an energy that follows us life to life unless it is resolved. Sometimes there's things from our past that will manifest years later, even as physical problems. Usually these things, they build up in the aura to a point where the aura gets to a point where it can't handle anymore, and then it spills over into the body and it manifests as some sort of physical problem. That does happen quite a bit. Even if it's a genetic thing, you can work on your genetics, because people like Bruce Lipton have proven that we're not victims of 3D genetics. We are empowered by 5D and 6D genome information. That's how I view it.
Oh, okay. I know that you had been on Vanessa Orr's show. What was that? Soulful Solutions?
Full Soul Readings, yeah.
Yeah.
She does a show, Full Soul Readings.
Oh, yeah. You were on there, and I called in, and you told me about a city in France about my past life and Chartres.
Oh, wow.
And I looked it up, and there is one, and it was just spelled slightly different than I thought, and things just started to click and make sense for that past life. And I was the one that you said, like, I would go into almost like a trance type thing and paint, and then wonder how I got it done because I didn't remember, and that was me connecting to myself from my past life. And I find that there's a lot of different things that I do like that like the guided meditation that I do, I connect to source, and then I'm not even sure really what I said when I'm done with it, but it really benefits a lot of people, including myself.
Interesting. I do that to a certain extent as well. I do channeling as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like I can help everybody else but myself sometimes.
Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just wondering if Kelly was
I'm
done
done
with what she was talking. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a question, Barbara, or did you want to?
Yes.
Are you okay with us taking a call?
Hi, I would. Oh, yeah. Let's take a call first, please, and then I would like to talk to Dale.
Sounds
good. All right.
Sounds like
Area code 831. 831. You're on the air.
Thank you for taking my call. Hello, this is Christina. Hi.
Christina. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm happy to be here. Want to give you guys some validation. I am laying on the couch in my PJs, and it's not like me. I just feel extremely tired and feel like maybe we're all being downloaded. I just that was some wonderful validation hearing you guys speak to one another. So I'm resting. And with the questions, can we ask any question, or does it need to be general?
Anything you like.
I'm going through a divorce, and after 20 years of marriage, and I've got a 12-year-old and a 16-year-old, and I wanted to know, if it was going to, turn out in my favor. I'm hoping to keep. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just listening to you.
Okay.
Sometimes when I'm getting information by spirit, it also gets empowered by your voice. As I was focusing in on your voice, I do get the answer yes from spirit, okay, that it is going to work out in your favor. I do feel that it is going to take a significant amount of time in order to resolve it, though, okay? I get 2 to 3 years when I focus on that, and you're still there, right? You're here. You can hear me okay?
I'm still here. I switched phones
great.
because I was like, the battery's dying.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so I feel that your ex, soon to be ex, I get the word, pardon my language, I get the word fighter cock. He can be a real fighter about certain things when he gets something in his mind. And unfortunately, he has some views in regards to how a separation and divorce are supposed to work out that are totally unrealistic, that any lawyer would turn to him and say, no, if don't have the kids with you, then you will be paying child support, yes. No, if she wants to live in the house, then you're going to have to sell your portion to her. Like things like that, okay?
Yeah.
So I do feel that is going to delay things, and you know his personality very well, okay? During this time, this 2 to 3 years ahead, there's going to be a lot of other things happening in your life that you need to pay attention to. I do feel that a new relationship will be entered into, probably by year number 2, okay? I get fairly early in that year. Let's say maybe by September of 2021, maybe, possibly earlier. I'm not entirely sure. Having said that, though, they're really talking about you having to take time for self-care. There's been a lot of energy that you have taken on yourself from him, and there needs to be cutting of cords. Okay? The best way to do that is you can, as often as you like, okay, you just stand up, both feet firmly planted on the floor. You put your hands out in front of you, and you say, Archangel Michael, lend me your swords. And then you put up your hands as if you're accepting swords. Then you take your hands in chopping motions, almost karate style, and move them in front of your body, behind, back, everywhere for a couple minutes. And then you say, Archangel Michael, thank you for your swords. You pretend, okay, to hand them back. And then you just sit down and be quiet for a minute or two, and you take stock, and you pay attention to the body, any aches and pains. And then the next step, you could do meditation and see what the source of any body pain is. Okay, I'm sensing that there's a number of trauma that needs to be looked at, needs to be healed, because if you don't, then you'll move forward into another relationship, and then your partner will say or do certain things, and then you're going to be triggered. And when we're triggered, that's always a key. There's always something to be healed. And it happens to the best of us. It happens to me too. Sometimes I'll get triggered. I'll get caught by something. And then I'll say, okay, where's that? What does that mean? Okay. Then I make a mental note I need to heal. Okay?
Okay.
So, yeah. So the finances also needs to be looked at. They're talking about, and I think they're echoing a desire back to you where there's this desire to up your employment, to get a better job. Is that correct? You've made that desire with them?
Well, I was hoping for the alimony to be raised and the child support and to be kept on the medical insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm worried about that, just making ends meet.
Yeah,
I'm wanting to do a nonprofit to mentor children, and that would really help.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm saying yes to the alimony, yes to the child support, a slight increase. I'm getting a no with the medical. I'm not sure why. They're not showing me. I'm getting a push from Spirit that in addition to this nonprofit, you need to get out there, see if you can get a better job and increase your pay. You have to
I'm
be
in
proactive.
school full time.
Yeah.
I'm in school full time too. So there are student loans that I'm getting as well. But with the nonprofit,
is there any work to
then
take
I would
on the side?
Would be the nonprofit. I can start asking for money, which would help to
Definitely do that.
take. Okay. And then with the medical, they won't. I was going to ask to be kept on it, so there's a no on that.
I'm getting a no from Spirit, so it is a bit of a risk, but unfortunately, you're going to have to go forward for a period of time without medical or having to pay for your own. Probably, and this is just, take this with a grain of salt, going forward without medical for a period of time may be what you need to do, because medical, especially there in your neck of the woods, can be quite expensive. It can be quite a burden if you have to pay for it on your own. Yeah.
Okay. But at least and the kids, they'll stay with me? I won't have to worry about losing them?
I don't feel that there's any danger there. I feel that there's some blustering and thumping of the chest from his end about, let's see if we can get full custody, but I don't feel that that's going to fly. Okay?
I was thinking I wanted to get legal.
With a pig saying it's never going to fly. Okay.
Do you see me getting legal, like how he rehabilitation, but me just having the legal decisions to make, because he's on drugs, narcotics, and he's not making good choices, and I'm concerned. Tried to put my daughter on a roller coaster, and she could have lost her eyesight. She's had eye surgery.
Well, I see. Well, I'm going to approach this. I see you getting legal help, as in some legal aid. Money's coming in, to assist with that. You can make a good case for it in court. At the end of the day, though, they're still going to, regardless of whether he holds a low-paying job with a drug problem or a high-paying job without any drug problem, they're going to expect that he pays a certain amount of alimony and spousal support or child support, according to income, right? I feel, and this is where Spirit's really going to challenge you, it's a part of your healing, that for far too long you attempted to cover for him and be a people pleaser, and you don't have to do that anymore. If he messes up, that's totally on him. And then you need to be on him like another person in society would be on him, not like a wife would be, right?
Yeah,
and that's going to take some that. And so this is a worry. I wouldn't focus on that worry. I would just focus on the outcome that you want. And if he messes up, and God forbid if he calls you, you say, well, do you want me to make a call to the proper authorities to get you help? I can do that for you. Maybe yes or no. Okay, done. You're not going to go and pick him up or anything like this. He has to he has to do it himself now. And I feel that he hasn't hit bottom yet. Okay?
Yeah.
He's burned through a lot of money. And that's part of the reason why you're in this trouble now. I'm seeing that he's burned through the family finances, and there was a danger with the mortgage a while back. Is that correct?
Well, he committed fraud, saying that to get more money, to get loans, and even committed fraud with me. And I'm not going to press charges. I just want to bring it up in court that he doesn't try it again with my social. It was under
You're
500.
being way
so
too kind.
I should. Yeah, we're going to bring it forward. I'm scared he's going to use my info because I need to have credit to keep a roof over my head.
Your best bet in regards to what you just said about your fears, don't focus on them, because then you'll get what you don't want. Okay?
Okay.
Your best bet is to put them out of your mind and replace it with a thought of everybody smiling in court, you getting what you want, what you deserve out of it, and him stepping up to the plate and smiling. That it's through, just like you heard me say earlier, perhaps on the show, it's the visualization really makes an impact. And with most people, there's a whole ton of unhealed, unconscious junk that's filling that seed, and you've got to start to process it, right? And this is the way to just turn the corner, okay?
Now, ma'am, does that answer your questions, ma'am?
I was wondering, with him having the custody, do I need to worry? Because I know he sees them on the weekends. I as long as they're safe, and on the weekends, I just wanted to have the legal, complete legal decision making and not take them from them. But if he's going to put them in danger, that's where I'm scared. Where if he hits bottom, it could be at the price of our children.
I'm seeing that you should be pushing your lawyer for some sort of supervised visits for the time being. I'm being shown that he hasn't hit bottom yet, and as he slowly slides down that roller coaster, the danger I feel isn't violence towards the children, okay? So in that sense they're safe, but more so of neglect, where the children are around him and he's not doing anything. Okay? So you want to mitigate against that. When I get a clairvoyant image that's being shown of a lazy man on a sofa and kids asking when is dinner, that doesn't give me a very good feeling. Okay?
That's exactly how he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would do that, yeah.
Okay, so does
Thank
that
you
answer your question?
You have helped me.
You're
you
welcome.
so
you
much.
care,
I've been really worried. I'll focus on the outcome that I want. And when you were talking earlier about feeling it, I'm going to just feel it and see it, because he had a picture of me bald with blue gloves saying I was talking to ETs up in the court, and I feel like he's going to try to say that I'm not legally sane and try to open up a whole big thing of removing the kids from me again, which...
All you have to do is open your mouth in court and open your mouth to your lawyer, and you don't have to touch upon the inner spiritual work that you're doing. You just talk logically like you did to me, and I feel that everybody will realize that what he's saying is not correct.
Yeah, he did that already in December, and the judge said he was going to award them to me, and he wanted me to be his mistress, and I'm refusing to do that. So now he's coming after me now, and I'm, I'm bracing. Like, are there going to be CPS at the door? I'm just trying to brace myself.
Try to during this time. Try to separate yourself from the drama as much as you can. You deal with it when you have to, but don't become so fully involved in the story that you get all wrapped up into it and it impacts you, okay? People
Yeah.
who are not in the same position as perhaps yourself are going to say and do all sorts of things. You just have to take things with a grain of salt, and when you tell your lawyer things and you write things with your lawyer, you state the facts, you keep it to the facts. And people, you just have to trust that Spirit and Divine Source are going to use that court system to get you a favorable outcome, okay?
That's great. Thank you so much. Many blessings. Thank you.
And to you.
Thank you.
Now,
bye.
Barbara, you had a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
That was really great. Okay, Dale, I first wanted to let you know that I have felt something so weird that never have I felt this before. I moved here. I had to look at the calendar. I moved from Arizona to California, and it's only been 2 weeks. Exactly, today. And I feel like it's been months. I feel like I've been through so much and just so much emotion, and let alone unpacking boxes and being so unorganized, and so many reunions and with people and just different emotions flying around that I felt like it's been months. And I looked at the calendar, I'm like, oh my gosh, this has only been a week and a half now, 2 weeks. And I am wondering, because I feel strong, although the fatigue last night, it was horrible on my lower back, and I have been fatigued, but I finally got a good night's sleep, finally, so I feel pretty good today, just back pain. But I am wondering, I'm surprising myself, actually, from where am I drawing the strength to actually deal with this, but also I have felt like I am not being acknowledged really for it at all by obvious people around me, and I feel like, what, do you expect me to be a superwoman here? I feel like, wow, I've really done a lot, and I've let that go. I can let that go, but I'm wondering why. Why is that happening around me when I didn't expect that vibe from anybody? And then that's happening, and then also feeling not so like I'm overwhelmed, but I feel powerful. But now I'm kind of questioning, because some psychics were telling me it's going to be better than I've ever imagined my life, with my new change. But then I'm not feeling like that so much right now. So I'm wondering if you feel anything from the divine guides, and what guidance do the spirit guides have for me at this time?
Okay. Well, there are a number of things that I'm getting from Spirit, okay? And although you didn't, what I'm about to touch upon next is something that you didn't ask about, but it's something that Spirit is wanting to get across to you. And I'll term this first in terms of a question. The place that you moved to in California, does that have a bit of history to it, at least that plot of land?
Yes, it was built in the 50s, 50s, yeah, 50s or 60s.
The current structure, but I'm sensing that there were other structures in and around there before that, going back into the late 1800s. That's what Spirit's saying. I also do paranormal work, okay? People will hire me to sometimes remotely, sometimes to physically be present on site, and I will go in and I will cross human spirits into the light and deal with other negatives, okay? I'm sensing a male energy in your place that is of the shadow realm, as I call it, okay? He did not pass correctly, and he seems to go back quite a bit in history. I want to place him into about the 1890s by the way that he's dressed, Okay? I do feel that if you yourself, in your own spiritual practice, focus on him and invite him towards you and just begin to talk to him, he will lighten up, and you focus on a light, you should be able to cross him yourself. If you have any difficulty, then you can reach out to people like myself. But Spirit's wanting you to try it yourself, okay? Because there's something for you to learn in that process, okay?
Okay.
The second part of it is comfort zone. You've been moved well out of your comfort zone, and Spirit's saying you've been getting messages, too many messages from your ego, and you've been confusing that for your intuition.
Oh.
Okay. They're saying that it's completely okay, that you should be feeling like a fish out of water, that you, at times, that you feeling like you've barely caught your breath. They're saying this is what you asked for, and now you've got it. Congratulations.
Really? But I feel like I'm back
it.
home. Actually, I feel like I moved actually back home. I feel content, and I felt like this place was so charming, and I didn't feel any bad spirits here at all. I don't.
Yeah.
Well, so I feel
focus
like it's
on
not
it and
even
see.
like
I feel it causes a bit of that energy comes in and causes a little bit of fatigue when he's around you, like he's drawing from your energy because he doesn't know any better. Okay, that's the effect that I get. Other than that, I'm not with him. I'm not sensing a malevolent spirit, just somebody who is confused and needs to be crossed. Okay.
Okay, I seem to attract spirits wherever I live, and I deal with them all the time, so I will deal with that. But I'm moving back home, so I have so many shoots coming. I have a lot of opportunities that are great. I feel so good about that. I feel like I'm back home. I just feel like that I feel like I do feel an energy, like somebody's trying to do something, like they're not being honest around me. Like I feel some kind of energy, like things aren't so perfect and right. Like I'm wondering, is everybody telling me what they really feel, or are they thinking something different and they are acting a certain way? That kind of thing. But I felt like those are the people that are living around me, and friends and people I know, not just spiritual.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. When I sense that the people that are around you, both in a professional and personal sense, I'm getting that there's two males around you. One of them comes in stronger, and it seems like he is saying the right things, but it's not to be trusted, and there's money involved with him. The other energy that comes in is not quite as strong and seems to be more personal and professional, and the aspect again is not trust, but it's more of a he won't come through with what he says he's going to do. Does any of that make sense to you?
Yes, that seems to
Okay.
be right on. Right on.
Good.
Oh yeah, but
your best
okay.
bet is to
So I already
you can
know
change
I already
it.
know these people, right? I already know these people. It's not somebody that's going to be coming into my life.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said.
Okay.
You can change it
Yes.
in the sense that you shift your thoughts, like you've been hearing me say to callers already. You can shift your thoughts to just the positive outcome, and you say to Spirit, whoever supports these end results, whoever supports what I truly desire, will be in my life in a few months' time. And that's the only time frame. And then you'll see shifting and changes around you. Watch it like you would an interesting play, okay? And you'll see certain people be removed and others come in. I don't feel that the people that you're dealing with are like owners. There's other people that are above them that would have the decision-making power. How does that sound? That's what I'm getting. It's not like the decision ends with them, okay? It ends with somebody else, and that works in your favor.
All right, does that answer your question, Barbara?
Well, just one more. My daughter was telling me that a friend is going to introduce me to my soulmate because she watches my astrological activity very closely every day, and she says a friend is supposed to introduce me to my soulmate, but I just thought I already had my soulmate, so I am confused to what a soulmate is, and then I am also wondering what that is all about, if you feel anything with that.
I'm sensing a man already in your life that seems to be very much involved in a work environment that comes across as a soulmate. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
That does.
This other person.
I don't know about. Hold on. It's not about work. Their work is like affecting them. Their work is intense. Their work is.
I knew work
them,
came up somehow.
Yeah, work.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Work. I keep wanting to say that word, so I think we're on the same path there. This
and
other
it's kind
person,
of coming in between.
Yeah. This other person that also comes in as a soulmate, mildly, I would meet the person and at least make a friend. I'm not sensing any romantic connection, but for your daughter's sake and to just be amenable, go meet him and talk to him and make a friend. You see, when it comes to soulmates, it is very possible to be presented with many people over the course of one's lifetime who you resonate very well with, where you'll say something and they'll immediately pick up on it and echo it back to you. They'll say something, you'll pick up on it and echo it back to them. It's almost like you're thinking the same thoughts sometime, okay? It's not quite like twin flame, but that the soulmate connection is also involves past lives as well, where you have encountered each other in a past life. But with all that being said, just because you meet somebody that's a soulmate, it does not mean that you're supposed to or that it's healthy to enter into a relationship with them, because we have to pay attention to our physical body and to our emotions, and we have to realize, okay, we're living here in this world. There's certain things that we have to be in agreement on. We have to be on the same wavelength. If he wants to be if he's on the path to be a park ranger, but I'm an accountant, then maybe that might not work out so well. Okay, unless you're an accountant for the park service. That came across dumb.
Oh,
but
you have
you know
more
what
than
I'm
one
saying?
soulmate though?
Red flags. It's red flags, right? You got to pay
flags.
attention to that too. If there's red flags, then just like you would anyone else, you got to cut that connection off. And of course, with the soulmate connection, there's also that instant energy entanglement that doesn't happen as quickly and as easily with as it does as with other people, right? If that makes sense. Yeah.
And you have more than one soulmate?
Oh, of course. You can have multiple soulmates all at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just romantic; it's like friends or soulmates too.
Sure. People, somehow the idea got into it that soulmate, immediate romance. No. More often than not, no. With twin flame, more often, yes. That's something different that I'm still, like a lot of people, trying to wrap their head on. In the twin flame case, we have people that are actually sharing a soul. Okay?
I have to look up
it's a
twin
complex
flame.
thing
Complex.
where it's emanated, where a soul has emanated from one source to two people in that life. That's how I look upon it. Yeah.
All right. Well, is that answer your questions, Barbara?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I will.
You're welcome.
Be, looking, to take that spirit, control of that spirit, or like draw them in and control it somehow.
Yeah. Talk to a friend. Just like you would a friend. Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to put in a caller.
Yes, Johnny.
Area code 707. You're on the air.
Hi.
Hello.
Valerie.
Good evening. Hi, Alice. How are you doing?
Valerie.
Oh, hi. How can I help you?
Yeah. Can you look on the job front and see when I could possibly re-enter my field?
Okay. Well, Spirit answers that question in a funny way. They say the time is now. So the time is now to start networking and applying for these positions. Although I am seeing a heightened activity in September that looks promising to me.
Oh, September. Okay. So.
Yeah. You'll have to act quickly. You've got to be able to act quickly. When it happens, it happens.
And that's in September.
That's correct. Yeah, I'm seeing a spike in activity there.
Okay. Do you see how I will connect to that? Is there anything I need to be doing now to ensure that because I was looking at some positions already, but apparently that's probably not going to be it. Well,
Spirit's saying that you need to, whenever you're looking at a position, especially if it's a description, you need to do something different and try to read it, feel the energy that's coming off of that. Does it feel like something you would want to do? Does it resonate positively with you? See, too many people, they just apply for positions, but then if they ever were to get it, it really wouldn't resonate. So try to sense that energy when you apply. I would go through that and apply for slightly less positions than just apply. Okay? The world tells us to send out a dozen resumes in a day, right? And when you're working with Spirit, okay, because Spirit breathes life into all that is physical, not the other way around. When you're working with Spirit, all you need to do is apply for that one correct job and follow the process. Okay?
Right.
So feel the energy.
Yeah, I thought I saw the job today because it's 3 days a week, and that's all I want to work. It's 3 days a week, not a full-time position. But if you're saying September, then that probably will not be the one.
It may not be, but you see, I would apply for it anyway, and here's why. There's also energy in momentum, okay? Like what? You see, on the one hand, you don't want to be a crazy hamster on a wheel, just going, because Spirit doesn't ask that much activity out of us, but you do need to do some activity, and that's momentum. So I would apply for it, put it out of your mind. If you get an interview, look at it as more momentum. And anything can happen too. They may not want to hire right away. So September still sticks out in my mind.
Okay. Is there anything on the skill set level that I need to do? Because I've been out of the field for a couple of years.
Yeah. They're talking about, I'm not sure what it is you do, but they're talking about doing something that seems administrative to me, like a refresher courses that seem to be in evenings that you would sign up for. Would that make any sense to you? It has an administrative feel to it, these courses.
No.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Keep an open mind. I'm being shown some sort of courses, but I'm not sure exactly what that is. I can delve into it further.
I guess it could be maybe a supervisory position, but I've never held that kind of position. I mean, I'm sure I could do it, but yeah.
Could be. It could be. A lot of things fall under administration. Your best bet is to look on the website of the school of your choice and look through programs of interest to you and just take something that interests you. Follow your happiness. That is the best advice I would give to anyone. And as long as you are happy doing that job and the pay is decent and it can support the type of lifestyle that you are leading and that you desire to lead, then why not? And you can, you can do that today. Without delay, you can start looking.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you,
ma'am.
Thank you so much. Take care. Have a good evening.
You too.
I have a question. When you see something, like, how does it manifest itself with you?
Okay. Are you talking about seeing spirit?
Yes.
Is that what you mean? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That can happen in a variety of ways. I'm the type that will see spirit both with my physical eyes and in my mind's eye through my third eye, okay? They will show me more often than not an image of whatever spirit that I'm dealing with in my mind's eye through my clairvoyance to the point where I can see them in quotation marks. However, there's been other instances where the manifestation has been powerful enough and I've been aware enough where I've seen like a clear shape of a body, just clear, okay, going by me. A lot of times I'll see it like that. One time, I was working at a job and going and just finished out work. It was a hot summer's day. It was 4 p.m. and a spirit darted right in front of my car just before I left. So it can happen anytime and anywhere. I try not to place restrictions on spirit as to when they can make me aware of someone or something, although they know that if I'm on the job that, because I do work another job in addition to this, if I'm on the job, then it may not be conducive to let me know. Maybe they'll tell me later. And then with my home environment. With my home environment, then that's a different ball game. I have my home environment totally protected so that there's no spirits in here that aren't supposed to be in here. Even if a client comes in here and they have something serious going on with them, that will not come in with them. I've not allowed it, but I will communicate it to the client, certainly.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you this other question, if you don't mind. We've been going over the logistics of doing a photo shoot for the show. It's going to be myself, and it's going to be Barbara, and it's going to be Kelly. And there's lots of things that are happening, like different directions, and it's going to be interesting to see what kind of a photo shoot you see it rounding up looking like, because my parents, they've begun to realize that these are people that my friend Kelly and my friend Barbara are people that I want to meet. And they begin to realize that it's going to happen, that it's just natural. I mean, the obvious source of events is that we would meet, because if it's a business thing, we really definitely should meet. When do you see us meeting and doing this photo shoot? Feel free to jump in anytime, Kelly and Barbara.
Okay.
Thank you.
Again, I'm led to September, very early September. Because people are doing stuff over the summer that doesn't make it easy to schedule, okay, like vacations, for one thing. And they're talking about the photo shoot and saying, don't make it too stuffy, too business-like, where we're in ties and that type of thing, to dress like a smart casual. They're talking more to you, Jonathan, in regards to that, rather than to Barbara and Kelly. But I get a good feeling about it, because, you see, the image that you want to convey is like being very friendly, right? And if you're smart, casual, a lot of people will resonate with that, yeah.
That's true. Sometimes I will say, me, Kelly, and Barbara joked about this, is that on the show I sort of feel like the waiter. And I'm okay with that. I'm always the one who says, "Is that okay with you, ma'am?" Or does that answer your questions, ma'am? It's sort of like I talk to them as though they were eating food, and I ask them if they like the food that they ate. And I'm sure Kelly and Barbara will agree with that. That's fine. It's fine. I'm sharing it with people, and what?
Yes, it's cute. I like it.
Yes, and that's what we discussed, that we're going to be casual and friendly because we want to be approachable in the photo. So, yes, he was right about that. Yeah, Dale was right. We are going to do that. So, what specific questions do you have, Johnny, about the photo shoot? Like, just when? Because we were saying we're going to do it in the fall. We were.
Oh, interesting.
Of this year? Because we were also talking January, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, but also about being on the beach and kind of like cozy and casual and friendly. Sometime when it's not hot, and it's not going to be too hot then, September.
Yeah, that's true. So are you thinking this year?
Definitely. September this year.
I need to lose
I'm getting right after Labor Day that week. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I see that more. Like, why are we waiting so long, you guys? I see it happening when Dale says.
Do it.
We just need the money.
Well, I think it's because I haven't really been pushing it that much, because of the simple fact that we haven't had a chance to sit down and brainstorm with it. And two, you've been moving, Barbara, so we wanted to wait for you to kind of be to where you've been living, and I think we do need to have a meeting between the three of us, just because I want to go over an idea I have with you about the show, and we also need to discuss the photo shoot, and discuss some other things that are important. It's just that it's hard to pin the two of you down. Kelly was saying that the weekend is probably a bad time to do it because of the simple fact that you're probably off. Everyone's off. She's off with her guy dating. And I mean, I won't say the name of the guy, but you understand, or Kelly might be off with her friends. So, I mean, I think sometime this week, Kelly and Barbara, let's have some time where we can talk and brainstorm over some things, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have something to talk to you about that just happened today. Yeah. Okay. Great. Let's do that.
See, there you go. I can help facilitate your photo shoot.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get out there and do it. Yeah.
Well, do you see it in California?
I do. I got a clairvoyant image as you were all talking, and I'm being shown a beach and a sunset, and it's outside. Plan it.
Wow.
Do it, and just trust that the lighting, everything will be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that he feels more anxiety about it, but it's so normal to me to do photo shoots, so I'm like thinking, oh, no big deal, let's just do it. But I know they have to get here, so we need to raise money for that.
I have one other question.
But once they're here, they don't have anything to worry about. I got it down.
Do you think this is going to be a very expensive thing? How expensive do you think this is going to be? Or if you don't, I don't know. Should I ask that question?
Spirit kind of laughs and says, define expensive. Okay, sometimes Spirit plays around with me. I get $1,200. I don't know why.
That might be Spirit's way of saying, don't ask that question on the air. Because
it's for you mainly that you're going to have to fly to meet them, right, Jonathan?
Yes, but there's several ways of handling this. I mean, there's several ways of getting the money. I'm more thinking more like, I guess the thing is that me and Kelly, we've never done photo shoots before, so we don't know what is involved. It's kind of like, that's why I was talking to Kelly. It was like, we're kind of a little bit like fish out of water with all this. I mean, okay, we're going to hire a photographer. I've never had a picture taken with a professional photographer before. I mean, I'm not saying Kelly would do things that are painful.
Yeah.
But it's
I've seen it. It's no big deal. I think that you'll handle it all in stride. And again, just like I believe I touched upon with Kelly, comfort zone, right? So you need to just take that step higher, get the photographer arranged and just do it. It's impossible to make anything grow inside your comfort zone. So you've got to make the leap and do it.
All right. Well, your website is dalesellers.com. Now,
that's correct.
Is your name spelled DALESELLERS?
Yeah, that's D with D as in Dan, Dale, DALESELLERS.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, and thank you, Kelly and Barbara, for helping out with the show. Okay.
Of course. Thank you, Dale.
Hey,
Dale,
you're welcome.
welcome.
I just have a question. Do you see me driving to California from Michigan or flying?
I see you driving because there's something going on with the flying, like a fear or the cost or something. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that could. Yeah, it could be the cost. So. Yeah, and I have like a really comfy car that I really love, and it's new for me. So, yeah, okay.
Use it as an opportunity to see more of the country, right?
Oh, cool.
It's a lot of beautiful country along the way.
Would I be traveling alone? Do you see that?
I do see that you would be traveling alone, so you got to be comfortable with that.
Okay.
Should be okay. Yeah, just surround yourself with the white light, call in your guardian angels, and they will look after you. And make sure they're saying about your car, make sure that it has a tune-up before you go. It seems like your car is a few years old now, so you need to look at that.
Look at what? What's that?
You need to take your car in for a tune-up.
Oh,
Spark plugs,
okay.
that type of thing. They're saying that they're showing me the age of the car, and I don't feel I'm dealing with the car that's this year or even last year or the year before. It's a few years old, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it needs to be serviced a little bit. There's some things that'll arise out of that, but you'll be glad you did. You want to keep that car in ship shape, especially if you're going to go across the country with it.
Oh, okay. Great. All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
thank you.
yeah, have a nice day.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to